What do I want to be when I grow up? Well, I want to be a fairy princess who lives in a palace and dreams of a prince. Just kidding. I'm finishing my BA this year, and my hope is to land a job as a high school French teacher. My dream is to teach at my alma mater, Naperville Central, because it was at Central that I fell in love with French. All because of Madame Thies, my high school French teacher of 4 years. I love Madame Thies. She changed my life. I mean, she took a shy, not so confident high school girl struggling to fit in and filled me with this passion for language. And I want to do that for other high school kids, which she did for me. You know, Madame Thies is retiring next year. Hush, hush. Which means her position is opening up. I got the scoop directly from her.
A high school French teacher? Come on, Jen. I mean, with all due respect to high school teachers, and you know, I have friends who are teachers and I admire them for it. Teaching is a noble profession. But look at yourself. You have all the opportunities in the world. You have privileges and advantages that other kids could only dream about. Your father and I have given you the tools to really soar. Fine, you want to use your French language skills, but why not as a diplomat or at a multinational corporation? I mean, a girl like you would climb the corporate ladder quickly. How about demonstrating more ambition?
More ambition? Excuse me, Naperville Central and Naperville North are two of the best high schools in Illinois. Remember? That's how you sell this town, Miss Naperville. PR machine. 24/7, boasting about our town's great public schools. Hello? I bet if Carl wanted to teach at high school, he'd be spinning cartwheels. How admirable and high-minded of him.
If Carl were to become a high school teacher, I probably would applaud his choice. Why? Because it'd be unconventional. He'll have a PhD from Brown. Devoting himself to high school students would be a bold statement.
And becoming a pimp or a drug dealer with a PhD from Brown would also be a bold statement, no? Carl walks on water in this family.
Jen, stop it. Women are expected to become teachers and nurses. Think outside the box. Be ambitious, dream big. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. You are accustomed to a certain standard of living.
Public school teachers in Naperville are paid really well. Some of the best paid teachers in the country are here in DuPage County. You know that. I'd say the fact that I'm even thinking I could get a teaching job in Naperville is being super ambitious.
We both know that your father will pull strings to get you a teaching job here.
Gee, thanks for the vote of confidence, Mom. I don't need Dad's help to get a job, okay? My academic record is going to open up all sorts of doors for me.
We're very proud of your double major, dear, but French? I mean, yes, it's beautiful, it's romantic, but it's a dying language, no? Sure, there's value in studying Latin too, but Jen, your heritage is from China, not France. And that's a blessing. China is the ascendant power in this world. The 21st century is going to be all about America and China, and you could be the bridge.
Seriously?
Why not learn Mandarin? Further your education. Study in China for a while. Your father and I will support you. Get a skill that makes sense for you, Jen. One that's marketable. Look at what the other Asian kids are doing these days. They're the American success story.
In other words, China girl here has no business teaching French.
I never said anything of the sort.
I should be teaching Ching Chong Chow Mein. After all, I am Chinese. Or so you just noticed. Other Asian kids? Mom, you raised me to think of myself as a white girl. You and Dad told me that I was American and not Chinese. And that American girls from good families study French.
We never once denied your Chinese heritage. You're making things up.
Now that it's suddenly marketable, now that it's profitable to be Chinese, now I'm Chinese? My God, when I was in grade school, you didn't even want me being friends with other Asian kids.
That's not true. Your father and I just didn't want you isolating yourself from others, from the mainstream. Those narrow identities only hurt children. Besides, we wanted you to fit in with everyone and be proud of your Chinese heritage. I never said you were white. I just didn't want you thinking of yourself as less than white, as less worthy.
Like Grandma always telling me how pretty I was, foreign oriental.
Your grandmother was from a different generation. Sweetheart, you go to France, you have this whirlwind romance. Jen, I want you to experience love. But why not with a Frenchman, a real French man? Why with an Algerian? Why set your sights so low? I feel like all of your choices in life are somehow about devaluing yourself. We raised you to have high self-esteem, Jen. The Algerians in France occupy a low social status. They're like, and hey, I am not being racist. I am the opposite of racist. But you know how certain people in this country view black people, African Americans?
Yeah, Mom, you're not being racist.
You're of a high social status, Jen. We are a family of means. We are respected. Why are all your choices so beneath you?
Kareem graduated from the Sorbonne. Kareem is a rising star in a big multinational corporation. He ain't no high school French teacher.
I'm sure the French are trying to, well, you know, elevate some of their Algerians.
Oh my God, Mom, you can't even hear me when I speak about Kareem. You're embarrassed. You only like Muslims when you can spite Dad. Then Muslims are great.
This has nothing to do with Algerians being Muslims. I have enormous respect for Muslims, and you know that. And not all Muslims are the same, you know.
Let's see. The Muslims you align yourself with, well, you're out there advocating for a bunch of Al-Qaeda sympathizers who want to plant a giant mosque in the middle of our town. Ever ask them to condemn 9/11? Better not, because they'll say no, flat out.
That is so unfair. Naperville's Muslim community has been unequivocal about condemning terrorism. They're as American as the rest of us.
Yeah, right, whatever. Back to my self-denigrating taste in men. Unbelievable. I'm getting over the most significant relationship in my life. Kareem was the first man I ever fell in love with. The first man. Kareem runs circles around most real French guys. By the way, Mom, he is French. Like I'm an American. Besides, you're gonna tell me who I should and should not be dating? You married Dad because you were pregnant with Carl.
Young lady, you take that back. How dare you speak to me that way? Your father and I were head over heels in love.
Were? Past tense? Interesting.
You're really crossing lines today. I resent what you're insinuating. Here I am, trying my darndest to address your low self-esteem.
Yes, I blame Kareem's Algerian family, his Muslim religion, for ultimately ruining our relationship. That's true. But for 9 months, he was the most amazing and wonderful and loving man. You're gonna lecture me about self-esteem? Really, Mom? You who spent the greater part of your life being a Stepford wife?